Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading for April 2023. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. My moon is right on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer, and I feel like I carry both that energy. And some of you may feel that way also. You may have planets in the sign of Cancer. You may be in love with a Cancer. How could you not be? Whatever brought you, I say welcome. I want to give a shout out to a few of my members. I have a membership program, and a few of them are Cancer, so I want to give you a shout out. So let's go ahead and just get into your reading, Cancer. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to go deeper. And I decided to use the Light Tarot for your main spread. I like the Light Tarot for you. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Let's give it a couple shuffles. And let's give them a cut. I feel like that's your card. I feel like those are your cards. I'm going to take them. I'm going to trust my intuition. All right. We have devotion. Devotion. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. Devotion. Truth. Devotion and truth. Wow. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I'm clear about what to do next. So some of you are seeking advice on that subject, probably like in a relationship or what have you. So let's go ahead and bring in the tarot portion. And again, we're going to use the Light Seers. And let's see what's going on. What's going on with my beautiful Cancers? For April. You know, I say April, but then, you know, it's like time is fluid. Just know that. Alright, let's give them a cut. And I'm going to shuffle for your cards. Look at that, 10 of Cups on the bottom. Almost made its way out. We'll see. Maybe it still will. Alright, well, with the Devil instead. Card Capricorn. Certainly represent a Capricorn for some of you. This can talk about, though, also temptations. Like things that tempt me in the dark. Things that go bump in the night. It's like it has this hand out trying to lure me into that hand. We have the 8 of Swords. Alright, this is a self-created prison. It's interesting because the Devil being right next to it, it could be something that's like some type of dark energy that's influencing you, or that's making you think that you need to create these barriers, these walls of protection. But I just have to say that, you know, let's say this is like, you know, the darkness of the devil. Well, God gave us power over. And it's just knowing that, right? But the 8 of Swords, I feel kind of torn. We have the World. And then we have the 7 of Cups. So someone's trying to make a choice here, a decision. And it's interesting because, again, it could be over a Capricorn. But it could also be, you know, it's interesting because I feel like the World is your next chapter. You know, the World is for you. This is about the next pinnacle opening up. And I feel like I'm almost questioning, who am I going to bring with me and who am I not going to bring with me? But the 8 of Swords would be, you know, like, I feel like that's why truth is here. Because this person in the Eight of Swords, not only does she have a blindfold on, so that's something that she doesn't want to see, she or he doesn't want to see, doesn't want to face, but also like the feeling of feeling stuck, when this person truly is not stuck. It's just like, it's an illusionary feeling. It's not real though. Let's keep going. We have the Four of Wands, but I have to say, it did reverse itself. I'm going to keep it in reverse. That is the marriage card. We have the Page of Swords. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this, Cancer. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming right under the world. The Ace of Pentacles is something that comes into your world. It's meant to expand it. It has an opportunity to grow into real success, depending on, you know, what we're looking at. You know, if it's like love, then if I put the work in, if I nurture it. Because remember, this seed has roots, so I need to water it, I need to nurture it. But I do feel like there is this question of, it's almost like this ace is being presented to you, but then you have to make a decision of whether you're bringing someone with you. Now, I have to say, I kind of feel like you're not, though I do feel like I'm a little torn about it. And I feel like I really have to say that this ace is for you. We have the King of Wands. King of Wands can be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, or Aries. This king is coming under the Seven of Cups, mirrored by the reversal of the Four of Wands. Look at this. We have the Two of Cups. Soulmate energy. Now, you know, I don't like to read the devil always as a negative card, because it is Capricorn's card. But whether it's a Capricorn or whether it's just like some type of dark influence, you do have the Four of Wands below it in reverse. So I feel like, you know, there must have been some type of commitment with this energy, but it feels like almost like it's got me tied in knots. It's almost got me tied in knots. And interesting, because the King of Wands is completely different than, let's just say, it's a Capricorn. Okay? It's just a different type of energy. So it's kind of interesting, because then we have the Page of Swords down here. And I'm just wondering, you know, this page, it's interesting because I feel like this page is thinking about, like, back when I went to school, back when I was learning. You know, I feel like you're very smart, you're intelligent. Maybe that's the word I want to use. But boy, do I feel like it's almost like you don't get a chance to use it to its full extent. And I do feel like it's due to another person's influence. Now, you remember, the Eight of Swords is your own self-created prison. So this influence, you can break free from it. You know, you can break free from it. You just have to know that. You got to take the blindfold off. You got to be very honest with yourself. You know, if this is a relationship that I want to try to make work, well, I don't know how it's going to work with the Eight of Swords there. But anyways, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like I'm thinking back. Like I'm thinking back to, like, whether it's school or it's just a period of time when, I don't know, I just feel like you were growing, but I feel like your mind was growing. Now, I'm also seeing this page with this king, and this can certainly talk about, you know, I hate to say this all the time, but dang it, that's just how it keeps coming up in my reading. This Four of Wands in reverse makes me feel like, you know, this partnership potentially coming to an end. Why? Because it feels like there's some type of toxicity that keeps you stuck. And I don't feel like you want to be stuck. That's the thing. I don't feel like you want to be stuck. So I feel like you're over here, and it's interesting, the Seven of Cups, like I'm trying to make a decision, but the energy feels chaotic. Well, maybe someone's trying to make it feel chaotic on purpose. But, you know, and then trying to make a choice when I'm in the self-created prison. It's going to be very hard for me to make a, let's just say, a logical decision until I take all blindfolds off and face everything for the truth that it is. This, you know, this isn't like, this is really to set you free, I feel. So this king may be someone who's coming in because he is following the world's energy. So I feel like one is leaving, one is coming in, and then what follows that king is the soulmates. Soulmates. We have the Eight of Wands. Interesting that it also showed up in reverse. Yep. I'm like, did it? But yeah, it did. So, Eight of Wands can be fast-moving energy. In reverse, it's slow. Eight of Wands to me is the energy of my intention, like the energy I put out into the universe, and remember what I put out there must then match me. It's like wherever my vibration is, that's the type of vibration that's going to come back to me. That's why it's really important to understand that this Eight of Swords doesn't serve you, right? Because if you do want to manifest something, you know, or you are looking for a better life, or you're looking to free yourself from someone, then you need to, again, be very truthful with yourself. So this being reversed, I feel like it just slows everything down. Everything has, like, slowed down. You know, eights speak about new beginnings, but in the Eight of Swords, if I don't clear that energy, I don't feel like I'm having a new beginning. And that may be why this Eight of Wands has come in reverse, right? Like it just slowed everything down. Now, it is next to a soulmate. And, you know, it makes perfect sense to me because the Eight of Swords energy, again, that's self-created prison, right? But here's the next chapter that wants to open. Here's the Ace of Pentacles, which really is the way, right? Like I can take this ace again and truly expand my life. Potentially with this king. You know, it looks like two different lives. I can continue just doing what I'm doing, but I don't feel satisfied. Or I can start to move in the direction, whether I'm even thinking about a soulmate or not, I don't even think, you know, maybe, because this Page of Swords could certainly be communication from someone of your past. Or even someone new, right, that you meet along the way. And look at that, we have the Fool, kind of like reversed, but more reversed than the upright. The Fool. Wow, this is exactly the energy you need, because the Fool is free and clear. The Fool takes a chance in life, right? Takes a leap of faith. I don't know how everything's going to work out, right? But I have this ace, and if I nurture it, I know that I can grow it. If I don't nurture it, then it just dries up and dies. But it's in reverse. It's like Cancer. I want you to break yourself free, at least from, let's say, mental thoughts that tend to keep you stuck. Well, hello, lovers. Interesting. So now we have the Lovers mirrored by the Two of Cups. Card of Gemini, first of all. Now, the Lovers means a head over heart decision. The Lovers is being mirrored by the Seven of Cups. I could totally see that, right? Because I feel like this energy over here is more in my head. But I feel like my heart lies potentially with another. Or at least I feel like there could be... I just feel like someone better, something better. I don't even want to say someone. Let's just say something better, like my life could be much more abundant. But I do feel like I've got to be able to break free from the influence that's trying to hold me in place. With the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the energy of standing your ground, of defending oneself. I mean, I don't like that. I don't want you to have to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Page of Pentacles under that. Maybe that's what you're learning. Maybe you are learning how to stand your own ground. Because again, I feel like someone's got an influence over you. You know, and I say they have an influence over you, but I also have to say I feel like you allow it because of the Eight of Swords. But I still feel like you can break free from that. Okay, let's bring in the crystal vision and let's go deeper. So it's kind of interesting how we have the Two Cups and the Lovers, right? But then in between them, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Fool in reverse. It's almost like your guides are saying, you know, this needs to be cleared up before this can enter. Like one door needs to be closed because they live in different vibrations. You know what I mean? Like this is one vibration. I feel like this is a lower type of vibration, and this is a higher vibration. So they're two different worlds. All right, let's give them a cut. And let's start at the beginning. Let's look at the Devil, the Eight of Swords, the World, Seven of Cups. Of course, we're reading it in the whole, you know, for the whole reading. Seven of Wands again, right over the Devil. So, you know, someone is... Dang it, it just feels like someone is like taking your power away. But then in the same breath, I have to say, are you allowing that? I feel like this Devil's energy is putting you, like, how do I say this? Like, I feel like there's anxiety around it. Could even be a little bit of anger and ego. Could be narcissistic type energy. What am I holding? Seven of Wands. Interesting, because you could have two people who are standing their ground and refusing to refusing to change anything. Like I don't feel like there's anybody here that wants to work on this. Quite the opposite. Now I do feel like there's someone that may be like, well, I'm not going to let you go, but you can break free from that person. You know, some of you, I do feel like you must be dealing with some type of narcissistic type energy. And, man, don't even try to change them. Because you're, you know, can it be done? I don't know. But I feel like, why? Doesn't feel like there's anything here that's like once that I want to really hold on to. If anything, it's just like an illusionary of, like, if I leave, my life will be terrible or what have you. Now, that could be the influence they're putting on you, like no one will ever want you or no one will love you again, what have you. But it's all bullshit, you know what I mean? It's just all coming from their lower energy, their fear. Funny how some people, like, they have you, like, you're in a relationship and then they treat you like crap, and then when you want to break free from it, all of a sudden it's like, oh baby, please, no. Well, baby, I've given you 8 years of my life, and all it's done for me is tied me up in knots. However, look at this, the Four Swords. Healing of that mind, that thought system, those lower thoughts that don't really belong to you, right? They're usually put there by other people, and then for some reason we take them on as our own belief, but they're not. So the Four Swords is here to help heal that part of you, the body, the mind, the soul. But then remember, in the fourth sword, that is your own energy. It's your own action within something. And it's not to judge yourself, it's to know yourself. Because I feel like down the road, I'm going to look at this relationship like, what was I thinking? But I don't want you to regret it, because I feel like, if anything, you probably learn from it. Listen, some of you may be using it to help others, like help them to overcome. So I love that we have healing here. That tells me you're going to break free. I'm not even saying breaking free of a current relationship. I'm just saying breaking free of these illusionary walls that I think are protecting me. That I think are making me feel stuck. Wow, look at this. Now we have the Eight of Wands in the upright, coming right over the world. You know what, Cancer? I feel like as soon as you make a decision about someone or something, some type of change in your world, something that's been like really holding you down, holding you back, feels very mental at the same time. Four of Wands being in reverse, I don't feel like there was a whole lot of love. If anything, I felt like there was more anger and ego. But I almost feel like, like you're trying to find a place to retreat from it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel good. And I feel like maybe the only way to free myself is to, I'm not telling you to leave if this is something that you want to stay in, but I do want you to see, the energy that it's causing. It's Four of Swords, healing. It's always available to you. We just have to seek it. And, once the healing takes place, because I do feel like you're going to leave this person or this energy, whatever it may be. And I think that's exactly what your guides are guiding you to do. Why? Well, because I feel like it's too much. I feel like it's too much, and I feel like it's almost like caused you to like retreat in a corner. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then look at this. The World has the Eight of Wands in the upright now. Well, hello. Five of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. So we have this Eight of Swords, right? But we have the Four of Swords over it. So that is telling me that ultimately I feel like someone is breaking free from some type of energy that keeps you in a lower vibration, let's just say. But I don't feel like you feel comfortable in it at all. It's almost like I don't want to be in this lower vibration. I know that I need to raise my own vibration. So, like, thinking of the law of attraction, That's what the Eight of Wands is like. The intention I put out is what comes back to me. I find it interesting that the Five of Pentacles, which is normally energy of like what feels like a tower, it's in reverse. This is something in the upright that's usually out of your control. It's like being thrown out into the cold. It's in reverse. I feel like it's you giving this Five of Pentacles to this person. And I feel like once you have broken free, or at least mentally have broken free, I feel like their power, they no longer have power over you. And I feel like you're telling them, I'm out of here. I made a decision. I'm leaving. Ciao. Look at this, another Ace of Pentacles. Page of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Coming over the Page of Swords. With that Eight of Wands below it. You know what? I feel like, especially for Cancer, because you do have such loving hearts. I mean, you really do. I feel like this page in reverse is truly like, I feel like there's just been a period of time. Now listen, this could have happened years ago, but it would still be something that is affecting your decision making, that is making you feel stuck. Maybe it makes me feel like afraid to love again, or what have you. So we want to turn this page around, right? And so this page is about learning to love oneself again. And it's coming over the Four of Swords, or coming under the Four of Swords. So, you know, it is like, again, I just feel the energy of someone who didn't treat you right, period. And it feels like it was been long. It feels like it's been difficult. It feels like it's been mental. And it feels like it has like robbed my heart of all the love I have in it. Now, that's just temporary. This Ace of Pentacles showing up over the reversal of the Four of Wands. Cancer, I feel like it's just going to help you, right? It's going to be your way. It's going to help you to move to the next chapter. I feel like once the Four of Swords takes place, right? Once I'm able to heal, and I have to say, I feel like it's more of my thought system than anything. But again, it has robbed me of like my inner child, my adventuresome self, that type of thing. And I feel like that's why the Eight of Wands, of course, is in reverse down here, right? It's almost like the universe is slowing everything down. Slowing it down because this next chapter wants to open, but I feel like the universe is like, but I want you to think about, you know, what you want in this next chapter. The World. Well, come on. So we have the World under the World with two Aces of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I feel like, I almost feel like this is the second time this Ace has come around. So to me, that means an opportunity. It's like the second time it may have come around. But it is, now the Ace is right over the World. And then you have two worlds. So I feel like this could be potentially talking about these people down here. Look at this. And now we have the Four of Wands in the upright right over this king. Now, this king, King of Wands, again, fire, but it doesn't have to be a fire sign. This would be a king of action, right? This is a king that doesn't just say I love you, shows you that they love you, right? This is someone who puts action behind their words. And then you have the Four of Wands over it in the upright, mirrored by the Ace. Interesting, Four of Wands here. And then the Ace, I feel like, is a way to help you to move past this point. And then the Ace here with the World over it. I feel like this is talking about your next potential love. I don't feel like it feels anything like what you had. Even if this is someone of my past, I feel like what you've been dealing with has been very, very difficult. Now, maybe it is part of one of your life lessons, right? Not to allow myself, or if I get stuck in these self-created prisons, to see it, to realize it, and to set myself free. Because I feel like the minute you do, here's this Eight of Wands in the upright, everything starts moving. And then we have a commitment. I'm saying a commitment, but let's just call it love. Because what I love about the Four of Wands, and it's in the upright, is talks about a type of love that both people just want to love each other. They don't want to hurt each other. They want to love each other. Over here, I feel like someone like trying to hurt you, trying to trap you. I feel like it worked for a while. I feel like they probably trapped the person before, and they'll trap the person after. But that's, who cares? I mean, I shouldn't say who cares. We don't want anyone to be trapped by, the next to be trapped. But that's not your concern, because, I don't feel like we can change this person. I feel like this person might have an anger issue. And I almost don't want to concentrate on him anymore, because I feel like it's like you are giving this person the Tower. And I feel like that might have been one of your life lessons, like one of the things that your soul wanted to learn in this lifetime, because I feel like as soon as you do that, then this Ace of Pentacles shows up. So it's a new way, right? And I often feel like the Ace it feels like protective. All right, let's keep going. Off the table, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, we have a lot of pages here. Over the Two of Cups, we have the Magician. Over the reversal of the Eight of Wands, the Magician feels like your power. In the Eight of Swords, I feel like, I can't do anything. I feel like I feel trapped. Now the Magician is here. And especially next to the Page of Pentacles, because if we think of the Page of Pentacles, it talks about a path of knowledge, right? This is when I'm here gaining my knowledge. Listen, some of you, it's even a path of your pentacles, right? Building up of your pentacles. But I feel really what this is talking about is like your ability to manifest. Number one, I feel like Cancer has a great ability. I feel like Cancer is a very psychic, empathetic type of sign, or person. I shouldn't just say sign. So I feel like, maybe you can hold a Cancer down for a moment, but not for long. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I do feel like this has been a period of time. But I do feel like the Magician is you now seeing that, understanding that, and even understanding the energy, or understanding energy. Interesting, because the Magician is here, and right next to it is the Fool in reverse. The Magician is the Fool's first teacher along the next journey. We know this is a new journey because of the World. Now, it just means the next chapter. It doesn't have to mean every part of my life, but something is ending, so something new can begin. So the magician would say to the Fool, don't turn yourself around like this, right? Where you're like afraid to take a chance on yourself, or take a chance on love, or take a chance on anything. The magician reminds the Fool, especially with the Page of Pentacles over here, that you've gained so much wisdom in this lifetime, but not just this lifetime, in all your lifetimes. And that power is with you, right? That doesn't leave you. That wisdom doesn't leave you. But it doesn't mean that I should take, because I feel like it almost feels like if this energy and this energy don't fit, right? I'm finding that a lot in the readings this month. Like one part of a reading just doesn't fit with the other part of the reading. Let's keep going. We have the Five of Cups over the Fool. Interesting. I find it interesting because, listen, if this is a relationship that you wanted to work, and there's a chance, yes, take that chance, right? Definitely. But I feel the opposite. I feel like there's anger, and I feel like there's anger issues. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's them. I feel like it's a lot of my way or the highway. I feel a lot of trickster type energy, right? And it does feel difficult, but nonetheless, it's like your guide is saying, as soon as you see it for what it really is, I feel like then you start to make the changes to make your life better. So I feel like part of like why the Fool is in reverse with the Five of Cups over it. Hey, listen, even though this is like unbelievably difficult energy, it feels like to me, doesn't mean that I'm not afraid I'm not going to miss this person. Why would I miss this person? Well, maybe it's just all I've known for a long time. However, this Five of Cups says don't focus on what you've lost. Maybe even like the separation here, maybe it does affect you in your pentacles, or, but whatever you lose or feel like you've lost, you're regaining in the Five of Cups. Once I change my focus, right? Don't focus on what I have lost. Think about what I have yet to gain. It's 2 cups. That's what the Five of Cups talks about. When I change my focus, right? When I'm not afraid to take a chance, there's the potential of 2 cups. It's coming under the world, those 2 cups. So we know it's part of the next chapter. Listen, this person could have been a soulmate also. Some soulmates come to teach us difficult lessons. Some soulmates just come to love us, and us to love them. So that 5 is asking for change. What's it asking for? It's asking for the Fool to turn around, to take a chance. We have the 9 of Swords. Dang. Okay. That's worry. It is unnecessary worry, first and foremost. And I understand it, because especially if I just came from a very difficult type of relationship, even if this is years ago, how difficult it seemed to be, like the mind games and all that. Well, this feels like new love that's entering your life. Definitely new opportunities. But then the 9 of Swords comes out. I hope it's just a temporary energy. You know what I mean? Like, 9 of Swords can be like, oh my God, all this worry, all of a sudden, like maybe I just meet this person again, or for the first time. And that 9 of Swords raises its ugly head. It's the saying, I'm worrying about things that I do not need to worry about. right? I can't, like, don't try to control what you cannot control. Go with the flow. Now, I'm not going to end it there because I'm just not. Two Wands coming in reverse. Okay. So I want you just to see the influence. Let's go back here. This influence potentially can affect your new opportunities. Because with the Two of Wands in reverse, I may be afraid to walk down this path, right? It may feel passionate, and that may scare me. And I know it does because the Nine of Swords is attached to it. So that Nine of Swords, if not dealt with, literally, can stop you from walking down this particular path. Doesn't mean that the next chapter doesn't still open. It does, but you may say no to someone or something, but it's based on the past. You don't want to repeat, right? Like, I feel like this is really a mind game, and I don't want to go through that again. But I see nothing down here that tells me there's anything that you would have to worry about. Quite the opposite, because with the Four of Wands tells me that who's ever in this energy with me, let's just say two people are in the same vibration, and two people want to make that commitment to each other. Can be blended families. You know, maybe, I mean, I remember when my first marriage, like, I haven't been married once, but like, I remember my ex saying to me, like, you know, you have two kids, there's no one's going to want you. And I believed that. But that wasn't true. But I did believe it. Sometimes we can't believe our own thoughts. Or we got to look at them and, you know, we got to analyze them in a way of, like, are these true? Like, is these thoughts that I'm thinking, are they based out of truth, or are they based out of falsehood, you know? Based on someone else's belief system. Alright, not going to leave it there. We have the King again. King of Wands. And then we have the Hangman. It's almost like this King is like, well, I can't do much until you free yourself. It's like this King is kind of, you know, same King over here. Again, it can be a Queen. Understand that. Like, you know, just put yourself where you feel you're at. But I do feel like this King is like, not much I can do. Right? Not much I can do until this energy is free. Now, let's say I haven't even met this person yet. They may be feeling some type of stifle in their life because maybe this is predestined. Doesn't mean it has to be, right? Because we have free will. But yet, I do feel like this King feels like he's waiting for something. Maybe he doesn't know what. Let's keep going. Let's look at it a little deeper. The Wheel. Destiny. Also in reverse, though. I don't want you to worry too much about that, because I feel like this is just saying this is part of your destiny. You know, difficult situations, yes, they are also part of your destiny, but so are these beautiful situations. You know, it's like that's life, right? Light and dark. But when we learn our own power over the dark, that dark doesn't seem quite so dark. Anyways. Alright, this is what I want to do, because I just don't want to end the reading yet. I want to pick up these. We'll just remember what's here. And I want to look at the Two of Cups, the Lovers. Remember that we have the Fool, right? Is in reverse, but still here. Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy, but things have slowed down. I feel like that's what the Hangman is for. But now what I want to do is I want to look at the potential of what can be, because I feel like we already know enough about what was. Why didn't I put these away? So let's just look at the Two of Cups, the Lovers. You know, we have this Four of Wands. Remember, first time it came out reversed, and I feel like that was attached to a certain person, and then it comes out in the upright attached to someone completely different. So we're just going to remember that. And let's take the Luminous Tarot. And we're just going to go right around them. We're going to kind of surround it. I don't know if I ever said that the Lovers is also a card of Gemini. If I didn't, I apologize. Tell me more, tell me more. Alright. We have the King of Swords. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Can talk about someone who comes in, speaks the truth. Look at that. Alright, we have the Two of Swords above this King. Then we have the Magician. Let me just bring all these down. Then we have the Star, card of Aquarius, but this is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes, and manifesting them, especially with the Magician right beside it. That's a powerful energy of making one's dreams come true. You know, maybe things don't look exactly like you. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I feel like for some of you this hasn't even come about yet. But I feel like be open to, like, maybe it's going to be completely different. And I feel like that might be a good thing. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Really should put that right there. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Interesting, because the Hierophant is all about your belief system, about truth, your faith, your faith. We have, interesting, we have Aquarius and Taurus side by side, but we also have Gemini in there. And, well, we have, let's not even talk about people. We have the Eight of Cups. We have Temperance. Came in reverse. Divine Timing. I think I know why. Card of Sagittarius, by the way. But I think I know why it's in reverse. Divine Timing, right? The right time. Because we do have the Two of Swords up here. Now, what I like is we did go from the Eight of Swords down to the Two of Swords. So that means that I still have a little bit of a blindfold on. Now, I think that explains why that Nine of Swords came up, right? Because I didn't have complete clarity yet. But then the Eight of Cups down here talks about the clearing of your emotional house, right? It's important to look at those cups that have spilled over and understand them. Like, why did they spill over? What was my part in it? Many times you'll find your part is that I just stay too long, right? Like, I see these cups knocked over, yet I stay too long. Now, that's not everybody's problem. Some people's problems is that they go too quick. But I do feel like Temperance is saying, you know, divine timing is when you feel clear and free and your faith system's back, back to the forefront, let's just say. And then it's interesting because I feel like then that sends this knight into motion. And this knight coming in could be certainly some type of communication, heading right towards the Lovers and the Two of Cups. It could represent for some a twin flame, for some soulmate energy. But what I love is Divine's hand is in this, right? Even though it's in reverse, it just means like maybe it wasn't the perfect time yet. Hello, Chariot, but now it is. There's your card, first of all. You've probably heard me say 2023 is represented by the Chariot in the Tarot. The Chariot is really balance of the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine within ourselves. This Chariot moves by intention, your intention. So I feel like the Chariot comes when you're ready for the Chariot to come. Like if I bring the Chariot in too soon, you'll just crash it, right? If you have a blindfold on, you won't be able to see where you're going. And that's why Temperance is saying, I'm controlling the energy just a bit. Just until that blindfold comes off. Like you've gone from the 8 to the 2. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Now I just have to take off that last blindfold. And I feel like then everything starts moving. Some of you, I do feel like you're in a twin flame relationship. Not everyone, and I don't want you to worry about that. Like, I know everybody thinks they want one, but they're not easy. Soulmate love can just be beautiful. So it don't matter, whatever, right? The Chariot, I feel like it shows up because you're ready for it to show up. And it's a promise of unlimited potential. How far could these lovers go? To the moon and back. Right now the Chariot's mirrored by the 8 of Cups. Interesting, two Cancer cards, but it's like the action of the 8 of Cups, the clearing of the emotional house. 8 is so I can give myself a new beginning. I do that. And then Temperance is like, now it's time. Why would that be? Well, because I feel like sometimes when we're in these mind-altering type of situations, but yet what we really want is like this pure type of love, well, then we have to clear one energy because I feel like they can't exist on the same vibration or in the same dimension, right? We have the Page of Swords, which we saw earlier. Listen, I feel like some of you have been through the ringer, and I feel like when you come out the other side, or if you have already come out the other side, I feel like it's almost like you could write a book about it. Like you could write a book about it. In one way, like I feel like it's important I just let that energy go. But in the same time, like what I have learned from it, I often feel like, God uses our experiences to help others. Because I do feel like this is your voice. But I feel it's your true voice. Alright, one more. We'll go right down the middle. Hello, Ace of Cups. And so it begins. Unconditional love. I don't have to fight for this type of love. This is just, it doesn't mean like, let's say this is going to be potentially a new relationship. Even if it's with someone of the past, it's still new. And it carries the energy of unconditional love. Doesn't guarantee us that we won't have challenges, but I often feel like in this type of energy, this is us working together. Now, I have the Four of Cups with that. So, I feel like what it's asking you, because if you look at the Four of Cups, this person is being handed a cup, and I often feel it's being handed by the hand of God, directly to them. This can be the energy of inactivity. Like, I don't know if I'm going to take that cup. Why wouldn't I take that cup? Well, because I don't know if it's going to expand my world. The Four of Cups ask you to use your own spiritual discernment. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Some of you certainly could have, just could talk about energy of like someone that I worked with. You know, what I love about the Three of Pentacles, it talks about you and your uniqueness and what it is you bring to the table. I feel like in the Three of Pentacles, other people appreciate you. They appreciate what you do. They appreciate who you are. And listen, I feel like, didn't we have that where, I don't know, maybe it wasn't in this reading, but I felt like you weren't being appreciated. So this is the energy where you are being appreciated for what? For who you truly are. Your uniqueness, especially because I do feel like soulmates or twin flames, like we know each other's souls. Even if this is the first time we've come together in this lifetime, we still know each other's souls. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. But I have to tell you, I feel like this is talking about real endings. You know, an energy I've been feeling for the month of April through the readings is what we have to understand is certain energies don't fit with other energies. Like if we think of energies, you know, if I want to like create something and I want to be the best I can be at, I need to have open energy, right? And if I'm in that Eight of Swords, well, you know, I'm not trusting in my own energy. I also want to say this could certainly be a Scorpio. Or you're collaborating. This is a great energy of collaboration also. Some of you, and maybe how you potentially end up falling in love again. I know I said last one, but so the Death card is an ending, so new beginnings, so you can have a rebirth. But I feel like I just want to... The Hermit. Card of Virgo. You got a lot of major arcanas in your reading. But this is all about your wisdom. This is all, you know, this is the light that you have gained through these difficult experiences. The Hermit is, you know, walks through that dark night of the soul. And listen, it can be a whole pinnacle, a whole chapter. It could be my whole life. I found myself like pulled to certain type of energy. So the Hermit is seeking the light. You know, the Hermit's not afraid to ask those big questions. And this is a year where we are asking those big questions. Is this it, or is there more? Well, I feel like there's more. Some of you, I feel like love is being guided to you by... Well, I don't want to just say by your spirit guides, because I feel like it's part of your wheel, like part of your destiny. But, you know, like when Temperance is like, well, when the blindfolds come off, when you free yourself from what other people told you that wasn't true, right? When you learn to love yourself and allow yourself to take a leap of faith. I was going to point at the Fool, but that was the last one. When I close doors to the energy that does not serve me, and I know it, because the Hermit is shining that light right over here. Some of you, I swear, I feel like you're taking what you have learned, the wisdom you have gained, and you're putting it to use. Maybe you're creating a business. Maybe you have created a business. And it's interesting, and that's why we don't want to regret, because sometimes our experiences, I swear, are then used to help others. We open businesses, you know, but we do it with a sense of wanting to help others. That's what I feel. All right, one more. Six of Pentacles, that fine art of give and take. First of all, I do feel like some of you are taking one of those Ace of Pentacles, and again, I feel like you've created a business, and because this is a very charitable, compassionate type energy, this is the energy of wanting to help the underdog. I feel like you were the underdog. I don't feel like you are any longer. You've realized that, but you know that other people can get stuck in that energy. So I feel like some of you are truly helping others. What am I holding? Helping others to overcome, you know, energy that you yourself have overcome. I also feel like this asks you to ask yourself a question, you know, as it relates to relationships, because I need to know this. Am I open to not only giving, right? Because I feel like you have no problem giving. Are you open to receiving? And if you're not receiving in, let's just say, an equal vibration, then what do? Right? Because you have every right to receive the love that you give. And I feel like for some of you, that is the lesson. All right, let's leave it there, but let's read. I'm going to read Truth, because I feel like that is important, right? Especially with that Eight of Swords. But again, I want to, you know, it's like I want to give you a pat on the back, because I feel like you've gone from the Eight of Swords down to the Two of Swords. And I feel like that Two of Swords, by the end of this reading, I feel like that blindfold will be off. All right. You drew this card because some truth is being hidden. Most likely, you're the one hiding it from yourself. How do you really feel about your present situation? This card counsels you to take an honest inventory, admitting your most vulnerable feelings to yourself. If someone isn't being forthright with you, you'll know within your heart. The first person, who comes to mind is probably involved in this dishonesty. Sometimes people aren't truthful because their fear of conflict make them people please. Other times, dishonesty stems from a lack mentality, arising when individuals believe that they have to take what they want because there's not enough to go around. Take the time to sit quietly in meditation and ask God and Holy Spirit to reveal the truth about your present situation. Although truth has a subjective component and opinions about the same... Although truth has a subjective component and opinions about the same situation will vary from person to person, there's a need for greater honesty in order to heal and resolve the present situation. Cancer. You know, I feel like I'm just going to start calling myself the love psychic, because I feel like everything evolves around love. But, you know, that's what we're here for. To give love and to receive love in all forms. In all forms, not just romantic. You know, Six of Pentacles is very good at that energy. This is someone who's very compassionate and loving, and wants to help the underdog. And I love that was connected to the Three of Pentacles. This tells me that you not only learned and saw the truth, but you evolved from it. Now, how interesting will it be once that energy is cleared, as much as it can be? Listen, nobody's looking for perfection because that's impossible. But how interesting if that energy is cleared and then this comes in. Do you see the difference? You know what I mean? Like I get why temperance is like, I'm controlling the timing here. Because these blindfolds and these swords and these walls of protection, they don't fit, right? You must learn that lesson. And when you learn that lesson, the rewards are plentiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you so much. I hope those that just need to free themselves are able to free themselves. Don't forget the stars here. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. The magician right beside it. The ability to manifest. Manifesting from your faith system, your belief system. Nobody else's, right? You're unique to anyone in this world. Know that. And listen, I feel like someone didn't love you right, but that doesn't mean that there's not someone who is ready and willing to love you right. Okay. I may name your title that. Someone didn't love you right, but someone else wants to. Alright guys, I love you. I thank you for all the ways you help support the channel. Thank you for sharing. I feel like I'm getting this feeling like, I don't know, it's weird. And I don't even know if it's the truth, but I feel like my numbers are going to double. And I mean like subscribers, because I feel like there's more and more who, I don't know, maybe just need to hear a message. Maybe just my own head. But I keep getting this feeling like doubled. So, share. If you would. Share these videos on your social media. I know, sometimes people don't want, I don't want other people to know that I watch tarot. And I get that. But for those who don't mind, please share. Help us grow. And, let's just help spread the message. You know what I mean? Just bring more joy into the world. Joy to the world. Alright guys, I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.